Thursday, March 5th, 2026.
Looking through my project list and figuring out what I'm going to do today. I've got quite a few things due tomorrow. 2 of them are already with the client. Another project is like a whole campaign that's not due until the end of next month. Another email marketing campaign that is launching sometime next week. And menus for a restaurant that I haven't gotten input for yet. So I think I can get everything that is due soon actually off my list.
No, what's up, bud? Don't. You're just not clicking on the top. Mine. Just put that on the. Okay. You're done.
Snacking on Cheez-Its because Kyle's at the gym and we're supposed to go out to lunch, but I am hungry because I did not eat breakfast. You'd think I've learned my lesson by now that I shouldn't skip breakfast, but do it all the time. Okay, back to work. I got 3 out of the 4 things I need to have done today done before we left for lunch. That was a half-page print ad, a social media ad, and the pull-up banners were sent yesterday. So the only thing I have left for today is creating a bookmark for Nurse Appreciation Week, I think. Some nursing event, which is a super fun, super cute project. It's just, I don't know if I'll get it done today. It's currently 1:30. Hopefully I can get it done today, but if not, I'll just work on it tomorrow. Another project on my list is actually a 200-page decal guide, and it's gonna be a hefty project throughout the next month or 2, organizing it, and a lot of just keeping individual InDesign files organized. I'm using the book feature in InDesign, and it's the first time I've ever used it, so it's confusing at first because I thought it wasn't working because pages weren't popping up when you opened the book. Then I learned you have to open up them individually, and then when you're ready to publish the book or keep it, like actually export it all as one, then it does all that stuff. But it's keeping all the files together. Learning more about that still. Sorry if you guys can hear scrubs. All right, let's get into this book.
I've been sitting at my desk for way too long. Kyle just called and asked me if I want anything from Walgreens. He's getting me an energy drink. This is what happens when you look through photos for like an hour. But today's list, I already finished one thing. I had to quickly put a few like filler pages for a report together. Got that done, sent it off by 11. Now I have to go back to working on one of the pull-up banners because the client had an extra request. Wanted to add something to the bottom, so I'm working on that right now, and hopefully I'll definitely have that by, I won't have it done by lunch, but I'll have it done by the end of the day and sent back to the client. And then I still have to work on that bookmark. Problem with the bookmark is we're waiting for something else to get like approved before I understand like what the design concept is, because they're supposed to match. That's supposed to be like due at the end of the day though, so hopefully we get approval on the other project before. This office is also very messy, so either today or tomorrow I really need to get in here and like clean it all up and organize it. That will honestly probably be a weekend thing.
Coffee shop this morning as like a little coffee date since we didn't really do date night yesterday. Then came back and started reading a new book. I finished the book I was reading on my phone last night at like 1:30 in the morning. Stayed up way too late and yet still woke up by like 9 o'clock. But now I'm starting Reminders of Him in hopes of finishing it before the movie comes out next Friday the 13th, I think. I know a lot of people are not huge fans of Colleen Hoover, especially after the way her last movie was advertised, which is kind of why I'm reading the book. I read the last, It Ends With Us. I read the book before I saw the movie, so I knew what to expect. Like, I already knew it was about domestic violence. So I'm reading the book before I go see the movie so that I know what to expect. I thought I was going to finish that coffee, but that's close enough. We moved on to Mountain Dew and Cheez-Its for lunch.
and a new YouTube atmosphere. Picking up groceries at Walmart. Kyle had to run in and grab 2 items I had forgotten about, so I'm picking up wine and milk for his overnight oats. I am 122 pages into this book, and a lot of the beginning of it is introducing a bunch of like questions you have about the main character Kenna and Ledger. And I think I'm finally in the meat of like getting into the plot and everything. So Kenna just got out of prison and she's going back to the town where the crime happened. And the reason she's going back is because she has a daughter that she wants to reunite with. But she's never met her daughter because she gave birth while she was in prison. And the whole idea so far is that she's trying to get her life together and everything so that paternal grandparents will like actually allow her to see her daughter. I just got off work early, which is kind of nice. I think it's like 4:15. We went to a spring training game, and when the game ended, they just let us go for the day. So I actually have time to read. Don't worry. But I finished Reminders of Him last night. I only had like 30 pages to go at the end of the night, and I was like, screw it, we're just gonna finish it. Really liked the book. I think I finished it in like 2 days. I didn't like it as much as some of her other books that I've read of hers, but it was still like a 4-star read, which is better than some of the books that I've been reading lately. A lot of the books I've been reading lately have been like 3 stars, which is probably why I was in a reading slump for a little bit. But now I have to pick another book, and I don't want to read something on my phone. I'll probably still end up reading something on my phone at the same time. I could finish Virgin River, but that book is just so long that it's not that I'm DNFing it, but I'm not interested. Having a mood reading moment. I just don't know what I'm in the mood for. This is the problem. Do I want a suspense thriller? Do I want to read Stephen King for the first time? Do I want to start Fourth Wing? If I start Fourth Wing, I know I'm going to want to read the whole series. Decisions. I think we're going to try None of This Is True. That's not the synopsis. About a podcaster who I think invites someone on their podcast and they can't tell if the story they're telling is true or not. That was very, very paraphrased. But hey, we shall see.